Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and pool fans inside the ACCUSTATS TV arena here at the 2025 Derby City Classic. We have been having some fun here so far, and if this table looks a little bit bigger to you, well, it is. It is a Diamond 5x10, and this is the Diamond Bigfoot 10-Ball Challenge, one of the toughest tournaments in the world to win because you got 16 of the greatest players on the planet playing on the Bigfoot single elimination, and we're in round 2. One of these players is going to be moving on to the final 4, and it's time to find out who. First up, he is a world 9-ball champion, world 8-ball champion, and the world team champion, 6-time member of Team Europe for the Mosconi Cup, and ladies and gentlemen, the defending champion for the Bigfoot. Sponsored by Predator, Apex Tables, How Tips, and Andy Cloth from Bad Honnef, Germany. Make some noise for the killer, Joshua Filler. And his opponent is a European 9-ball champion, world pool straight ball, and 8-ball champion, and American straight pool champion. Sponsored by Kaspersky from Moscow, Russian. Make some noise for the Siberian Express, Ruslan Chinahov. Lagging for the break and sending it up to the ACCUSTATS skybox.
Hello and welcome to everybody that loves pool to the ACCUSTATS arena. I'm Mark Wilson. Alongside me, Hall of Famer Nick Varner. Nick, Filler last year, number 2 on the prize money list at $316,000. It used to be in our day, if somebody ever won 100, that would be great. So,
yeah, 100 was real good. Yeah, the prize money's escalated a little bit, hasn't it?
Yeah, way better. Number 67 on that list was Jeffrey DeLuna, and he still got, what they say, $29,000, number 67, so not bad. Definitely trending upward. Filler played a great set yesterday. His TPA was only in the 870 or 860 range, but that's fantastic on a 5x10, by the way. Chinahov didn't look as sharp. He did win the match, but he's going to have to step it up here. It's a big step up in terms of the difficulty of winning.
What did you say the TPA was yesterday with his match?
It was like 869 for Filler. He's won the leg, raced to 10. 10 does not win on the break. Good square hit. The ball right behind the 1, sifted in the pocket. Look at this in the 1. Oh, drifted up now, got a little awkward.
A little bit thin, huh?
Yeah.
He's got a little work to do here, Mark, on that 1, 2, 3. He's a little thin on the 1. He's got to get a good angle to get all the way back table for that down table for that 3-ball.
Well, this 1 ball is going to be a challenge. Not that he can't handle it, but to get position. When you have to hit one this thin, if you just, how it rubs into the pocket makes a difference where the cue ball goes.
I think he's going to go 2 rails here. Wow, he had to hit it hard.
Well, but that's how thin it was, too. Look at where the cue ball went, so you know he barely nicked it for the cue ball to not go up higher at all. So that's how thin that shot was.
Yeah, I didn't recognize it being that thin because I thought he just hit it with a little outside, float 2 rails across and get on top of that 2 with a perfect angle. But he's got a little homework to do here now.
Yeah, well, he would have liked to have played your shot. It wasn't available. What a heady play. Did not even try to force the issue. He recognized this is a bad spot. Don't compound the issue here. Just don't make an unforced error. Lose this opening rack.
Not only a fantastic decision, but fantastic execution on the cue ball and the 2-ball. He's got him in. I think he almost has to. Well, he may jump it, I guess.
Well, you have to jump with your full cue.
Oh.
So, yes, maybe. Oh, he's going to swerve. Okay.
Oh, he's mass A-ing, yeah.
Still a tough shot to hit. Soft speed, not going to be able to get separation, but a legal shot. And great job there.
Tell you what, he did do a fantastic job there. Nice touch and control on that curve shot.
There's a combination, but it leads to the cue ball having to travel a long ways.
Yeah, he almost hit. You think he'll just stick here on the 2 and play safe? Or?
I think he's going to play safe. I don't think he's going to play offense just because it's so tough to get back down there.
Yeah. Trying to put it in the middle, and he's hit 2 fantastic safeties.
That's a new dimension to his game. He could always play a little bit of safety, but these, the first shot especially, to not try to force something that's not really there and end up giving away a game. Love that part of it. And then his execution behind both these safeties has been stellar. Last year here at the Derby, Mosconi, Filler won just about everything they had. He won the Bigfoot, he won the 9-ball, he won something else here. I guess it was Bank Pool. And finished high in the 1 pocket.
Well, I watched a lot of the matches last year, and he did have an outstanding tournament. And during that tournament, one thing I really watched the top 3 guys do, Federer and Filler and Shane, is their warm-up strokes, how short and how intense they aim at the ball. You can tell the job number 1 is to make the ball you're shooting.
Right. Yeah, a lot of times we were talking about earlier, we talk about, this table, and everybody hears it's a 5x10. You don't realize any ball that hangs on this table is in on a 9-foot table. And you take it for granted. These guys just get the right angle. Let's see, the 10-footer doesn't show up when you're on angle. It's when you're off angle is when the 10-footer shows up. Then you know it. You don't feel it that bad if you're in line.
Well, as long as you can stay pretty. Wow, he kept that. I expected him to pull back a little bit there. I guess he must have been going to that side rail instead of straight back. And
right, and you can see he's got.
This is a blood test here.
But you see he has the angle. See, these guys aren't afraid of the length if they got the angle. It's when they have to force the angle and take the length that they hurt. Yeah, that's what Filler's game. That's his calling card is straight shooting. He's not afraid one bit to shoot a long shot. It really helps him.
He was pretty smooth on that. In fact, he kind of hit a little bit under speed. You know what I mean? Pretty finesseful shot there.
He's won the Bigfoot the last 2 out of 3 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Shane won it in the middle. Filler won it, then Shane won it, then he won it last year. 1-0. How would you like to play with his kind of firepower? How would you like to have that in your arsenal? Just say, I'll just take any long shot I get here. Go for it.
Yeah, that's a lot of confidence to stop on that ball like he did, and take that long shot on the 8.
Mentally, very sharp because he made the good decision in the opening safety that he played, and then he played a follow-up safety, and then Ruslan miscued, and then he took care of the rack. So a lot of good things there in the Filler camp for the outcome of this match because he just looks like he's totally into it. Okay, it's the 6 and the, is that the 2-ball or the 8-ball? Okay, it's the 8-ball in the corners. Those are the balls that track 4 rails. Right behind the head ball is the 4 and 5. They're the ones they try to make in the side.
No,
it was the 7.
Barely missed.
9-ball found the range. Did he get a shot? He did, too. Got a nice shot, good break, good solid hit.
I can't tell if he can go underneath the 2 or whether he's going to have to draw to this rail and back over to the other side for the 2. I think he might be too straight to follow forward for the 2, especially the way he's aiming. But he kind of he cut that 1 a little bit in the top part of the pocket. That's why he's coming up a little thin.
Boy, it was still a good shot. What he had to travel a long ways there.
Yeah, that was not an easy.
And he scuffed it heavy, Missed it by a good bit. He made such a good opening shot there. I guess that cut was a little thinner than I thought.
He was a little hasty-tasty, I think, on that 2-ball. I don't think he really treated it with the respect it really deserved, huh?
Yeah.
It was one stroke, and it was over.
Boy, he did a good job there killing the cue ball from that range. You got to have a confident strike on the cue ball to play it like that.
And we see he's pointing his tip where he wants to end up on this 5-ball.
Yet again, that maximum effective backspin, you hardly see any travel with the cue ball. You've got to hit the cue ball good to make it look like that. And that preserves this nice little natural angle so the cue ball naturally comes down towards the 5. He's barely moving the cue ball anywhere. Looks like you playing 15 ball. You make 4 or 5 balls, the cue ball doesn't travel 2 feet after you make 4 or 5 balls.
Well, his speed and his angles had just been like ball in hand on every shot almost. It's a lot easier to run out when you got the cue ball control like that now.
Good. Now, he ended up good, but it still went a little further than he wanted.
I can't see the angle here. He has to go to the end rail, I think.
Yeah, I think he's going to be 2 rails here. A little high left.
Got to hit this with some power.
Very good job. Now back in line. Got the natural angle to go to the side cushion, come across the table to the other side cushion.
He's demonstrating the KISS principle. Keep it simple, stupid.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't want to settle on the rail because he'll be straight. He's disappointed.
Yeah, he found the. I don't know if he can get out of there. He may have to just roll it in softly. No, he cheated the pocket a little and was able to fall out of there. He hit that nice and pure, too.
He did.
It was clean.
And that's perfect.
So much for 3 or 4 practice strokes. That must have been 8 or 9 or 10, huh?
Yeah. A perfect pool so far from Filler. Okay, 2-0 is our score. Another thing that people love, not just the firepower that Filler possesses, but it's a very up-tempo match when he plays. He doesn't dawdle around. He even walks fast, getting to the balls. How many balls did he make here? 4? Yeah, 4 balls, but he did not get a shot on the 2.
And he's kind of just drawn back. He's not hitting them that hard either, but he's hitting that one real solid. And he got that.
Yeah, this isn't easy to push out on either. It's got to be ugly.
Chinahov didn't even get out of his chair.
No. This is kind of interesting, though. You can kind of play it like that one pocket safety thing along the end rail, where you go rail first and then try to put the 2-ball back along the long rail here.
Yeah, and he might hook him with the 5-10 if he hits it real good.
Oh, he hit it perfect. My goodness. What a shot that was. Look at that. And you can understand Ruslan not want to take that on, because if you blow it a little bit, you hate losing playing from like Danny used to say, a phony safety. But then when you're forced to play it, it's a little bit easier to go after it.
I like Buddy's strategy on the push out. He said, of course, in this case, turned out that it wasn't Filler's choice, but Buddy said if you push out, you're not getting it back. No matter where you push out.
Right. All right. Missed kick, so ball in hand. So Filler has been doing a great job on the defensive side of the game here. His tactical play, just right on the point.
Well, it's a big difference in this game when your decision making's good and your execution's good. That's almost an unbeatable combination.
Right.
I like to stay on this. Yeah, he's going to stay on the same side here because it makes it easy going for the 9. Stay on the lower rail here. Now that's interesting. I thought he might slide up, but it bounced off the rail, but he drew straight up. What do you think about that option?
I love the way he's playing. It's the economy of travel, and you can see he's hitting the ball super effective. That means maximum spin, minimum speed. You have to get a long ways from the center of the cue ball to make it respond like this, and you have to be really sharp with your cueing. You have to be right on that miscue limit. Perfect pool so far from Filler, although, what is this TBA? They have it at 968. I don't recall him making an error, but I guess he did. I don't know what it would have been. Seems like it's been mistake-proof so far. You really can't play any better than this, no matter who you are.
No, he's made some good... his safeties have been awful good. They've won him almost every game.
Yeah.
His safeties have been so outstanding. He's had Ruslan in trouble every time almost he comes to the table. Now, he did miss that 2-ball. That was huge. That must have been a mistake, I guess.
Good square hit. 4-ball, nothing. Dry break. Boy, that's a shame. You hit him good like that. Got a ton of ball action.
Well, that's one of the worst feelings in the game when you're down and then your opponent's pouring balls in and you can't make one. That's not a comfortable feeling.
Yeah. Yet another quality defensive play, even though he didn't completely block him. There will be that offense played from here.
You gonna try to just get him with the too soft, or?
No, I think he's banking at 2 cushions, isn't he? Maybe now he's looking to see if he can even see that.
It's a little bit of an awkward angle. He might hit the right side of the 1 maybe, or the low side of the 1 here and go 2 rails toward all them balls. Yeah, they didn't lay real good for that, but I think that's a job well done there. That was a
Monstrous.
tough safety. That was.
Anytime you're moving both balls that distance and then to
Wow.
do it with control it's up in the air. You miss it by a gray hair on one aspect of that, it's going to look bad.
Yeah, he's got a chance here. A little easier chance here to play safe, I think. Of course, it might be too thin. I was thinking of getting with the 8-10, but I don't think he can hit the one that thin. He may have to go the other way and put the one up by the 5.
Beautiful.
Hooking that way.
Beautiful.
If you don't find the keyhole here.
Well, I think there's a window, but that from where he's at, you can't. It's almost no difference getting him behind the ball or finding the window. It's very hard to judge that.
Looks like he's going to hit the rail first and knock the one up to the other end and maybe catch him with the 2 or the 7.
A lot of things got to go right here. This is not a straightforward. If you go rail first, you can kick it. Okay, good job there. Man, tremendous job.
Yeah, he hit the lottery ticket there.
Wow.
Jacked him up on the 5.
Yeah,
And then on
right.
top of that, catch this 3 where he can't even hit the edge. And this pretty tough kick here. You definitely got to be used to the table here.
He went between the 1 and the 3, which that was hard to do.
It's amazing how many times Filler's got ball in hand in this game, huh?
Yeah, we're only in rack 4, so he did a really good job defensively, that's for sure. Wish Poole had stats like that, how often you've given yourself ball in hand and things like that. That would really be a testimonial to the defensive side.
Well, one thing for sure, when you hit that speed, it shows you how tough it is to judge it, you know. He hit that kick really hard and looked like he went down on the cue ball a little bit and really dug into it a little, and that baby shortened up so much.
You know how golf has like greens in regulation or all these other,
Stats.
Yeah, Poole really should have, even more. ACCUSTATS has the best by far. How many times you convert ball in hand into a win, breaking runouts, run out from your opponent's dry break, things of that nature. I don't know that those are all relevant, but some of it is. They have to get the bridge for this, or he just plays it with the extension.
Speaking of the bridge, I think I commentated that match last night with Vitali and Alex Pagulayan, and I'm telling you that Pagulayan must have used the bridge 20 to 30 times last night. Because I made the joke, somebody needs to buy him a holster for the bridge.
Yeah, and he's usually very good with the bridge. Last year it was his undoing on this table. He missed, I don't know how many, 6 or 8 shots with the bridge in one match.
He didn't miss any last night.
Yeah.
He
normally does.
had some of them where he had most people would have a lot of trouble drawing back for good position, and boy, he just hit it on the numbers every time. But one thing I noticed he did so good, and it's probably from him trying to qualify in that snooker tour in England, where playing on that 6x12, you almost have to learn to use that bridge pretty good. And I noticed one thing he did that a lot of people forget is they're so far away with the bridge. They're usually an extra 2.5 foot or 3 from the cue ball because they're holding into their cue. And his tip was, boy, it was just like the normal. It was real close to the cue ball, where usually when you're inexperienced, your tip's 3-4 inches from the ball, and then you always come up short for position.
And it ruins your timing for accuracy, or like you're saying, the draw. Now you can miscue really easy.
Yeah, you could dip down and scoop it, or hit it too high and not get the draw.
Yeah.
But boy, he put on a textbook example of how to execute with the bridge last night. It was pretty impressive.
I thought the early stages of the match, when I watched him play the first little bit, I could see he's got his good focus back. He was taking his time. He was going over and moving his finger where he kind of wanted it, and then he executed every single one of them. Really had his clear thinking on. Right now it's 4-0 here. Filler. It's all filler so far.
Well, Ruslan here is finding out winning that first game can be difficult sometimes.
He's not getting many turns.
No, and he's mostly behind the ball when he does get one.
If Miller's playing 974, there's nothing you can do about that.
No.
Good square hit. I didn't see anything go in. 6 balls tracking. 6 balls in. Yeah, maybe a cross corner on the 1. The other choice is a safe.
Yeah, the opening shot. Position's pretty easy, but these banks are easy to miss. And this is a pretty easy bank, but they're only easy when you hit them good.
Look at the length of this bridge. The cue ball's almost in the center table, so he's playing safe. I don't think he's playing the bank with that bridge length.
Okay. I don't know. I think he is trying.
Yeah, he might. Yeah. Look at that. And good control on the cue ball, too. I don't think I've ever seen anyone bridge that far when the cue ball's in the second diamond out and use the rail for a bridge. I don't think I've ever seen that.
Well, he does have a long bridge.
Yeah, anyway, but never that long.
He's sure behind that joint.
Yeah.
Isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Well, here's the payoff shot here. He's almost got to play for the side pocket.
Yeah, this is definitely awkward.
Easy to end up on the end rail because you have a tendency, my thinking on this shot is be sure I draw back far enough.
Got in that ugly zone there. Hit a good ball to get there too. That was not an easy shot to get where he did end up. Well, roll the 4 on the side and play the billiard on the 10, and no good. I don't think it plays like that. Now that I look at it, is he banking or just stick safety? What's he doing here? Okay.
Safety.
Look at that nice shot. Look at that nice shot. Good dexterity to handle the cue ball and the object ball that well. He has the 8 there to protect him if he mishit the cue ball a little bit. Speed control on the object ball, stellar. Yeah, boy, Ruslan, another predicament here. It's hard to play safe from here.
Yeah, I just, on this one, just hit it pretty firm.
Go for the 20% backdoor safety. Is that what you're saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of down to that, isn't it? He's kicking at it.
He's got to get mostly luck. Well, he hit it a little off speed.
Great result. Congratulations. Hit a good ball there. Filler's only 24 years old.
Same age as Feder Gorst.
Mm-hmm. How tough of a field do you have when Van Boning and Gorst are both eliminated in their first match? Look at that, how it turned out. Cannot ask for much more than that.
No, you almost had to play this 4-2 rails and come back up table for the 5 for even the safety, you know, because I don't think you can stretch this way. You could. I'd be playing to make the 4 here, the 1 or 2. I thought it was laying good for the twice across. It just wasn't laying right. I would have went ahead and tried to make it, because your chances of playing safe were just as good trying to make it as just playing safe.
Right. When you miss it on the thin side like that, then a lot of times it ends up settling on the end rail. We're glad to have Jim Comley on board. He's back in Fairview Heights, Illinois. He loves pool. Probably be over here later this week. He reminded me that Justin Bergman sometimes uses super long bridge lengths.
I talked to one of your U.S. team members yesterday on the way up here, Mike Vercruzzi.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
He said he was really enjoying the U.S. team billiards.
Look at that speed and the ability to move that cue ball that far. Man, wicked good. This is an awkward kick.
Well, a lot of good things could happen here, though. I think you have a pretty good chance to get safe or even make it here.
And yet again, Filler earns ball in hand from one of his defensive plays.
Almost every game he's got ball in hand. I've never quite seen it quite this lopsided for a long time.
Yeah.
Huh?
And I think he's cashed every one of these ball in hands too.
I don't think Ruslan will have to worry about getting back up to the table this game. He might be a hair flat on this. He might have to hit it a little harder, firmer. No, he had good angle.
Now he's got the cue ball right in the center of the table. He can go.
Just roll it in
Yeah.
on this.
He's left-handed, so he doesn't want to go all the way to the other side of the table. He'll stay more towards the center. Bounce out. I think he got out enough that he can reach this. And 5-0. Filler score. It's Filler 980 DPA. Is that what that says? I think it is. 980.
Yeah, his safety's been devastating.
Yeah, the safeties mean a little bit more on the 9 or 10 footer too, because it's more space. It's harder to completely obstruct you from hitting the ball. And just like the one that got him ball in the end there, he shot that ball down here and then drug the cue ball all the way across at least 2 diamonds and tucked it right in there nice and tight behind that 9 ball.
Yeah, that was a great control.
A little spin on there, took a little of the ball action away, made a ball, and has a shot.
See if he can get this rack out of there.
Yeah, that would be a trick, wouldn't it?
At 7-10, could make it a little difficult to get the rack out.
Yeah.
I guess he's told him, don't worry about it. Ruslan.
For the moment. Yeah. That was a nice shot. That was that little in between. You can overhit that one real easy or way underhit it. And he got just the right speed there.
I like going up for the side here. What do you like? You like dying on the rail or going up for the side?
I like dying on the rail. That was nice. He wanted to make sure he didn't get jacked up over the 8, so he lightly bumped the 8.
Well, he's got a nice angle. Wow, he's using low on this.
I think he has to stun it out there. Oh, no, he had high.
He aimed low and hit it high, didn't he?
Yeah.
Well, he's got to be delighted just to hit a few balls. And
yeah. He hasn't had to play a kick shot in 4 or 5 shots now. That is the way it is, though. If you're going to play in pro tournaments, you can go for 4 or 5 racks where you just have no influence on the outcome of the match. Just once in a while you get a kick.
got a little straight, I think, on this. Huh?
I think he's okay. I think he can pop it a little bit. Okay, good now.
Yeah, he's a little thin there, I think, on this 8. I'd like to have been at least a foot that other way toward the high, toward the long rail. The 8's on.
Got through that. Pretty nice shot on the 9 now.
He made a good shot on that 8.
Good job there.
Mark, he can wipe that sweat off his brow a little bit. He got that first game. It's been a hard one to get this match.
Right. Yeah, that was a nice break and run out there, too.
Yeah.
You needed that. 5-1. Sometimes you have to do it yourself. You can't wait for your opponent to make a mistake. I think that's kind of, you break and run out, okay, that's all you can do. Every other time he's had to kick.
Yeah, I believe he's got ball in hand every game Joshua has.
Nice square hit. Is the 3 ball going to make it? Nope. 2 ball? Nope. And those balls were in on day 1.
Notice how he got some hop on the cue ball that time, and notice the position of the white ball. He's been down here closer to the end rail, but well below the spot most of the time, where it just kind of stunned its way back with a flat ball. But that time he got that pop and come up dry.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what Vitali had trouble with last night. He hit it just about like that, really square, and it's like a ball never threatened to go in.
Kind of an interesting bush out. Yeah, Filler going to give it back.
He like knocking the one over by the 3 here. Oh, it's hard to cross this with that 2 there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You almost got to have it hit about the middle diamond here when you. Well, no, can he hit that? He's trying to hit the edge of the ball. Boy, it's close to double kiss here.
Like that?
Yeah.
Like what you just said? Yes.
I didn't like that choice.
I thought
I
might
thought
kick.
maybe he could make it cross corner when he shot it, but from up here it looked like he had to double kiss it, and with that 2 ball.
Good shot there by Josh.
Just don't want to hit this super fat. Now here, position's a little tricky. Boy,
Yeah.
you go 2 rails. No, he's going high, so.
Nice shot. Made the most of it. He used the whole pocket there. He kind of rubbed the rail on the way in, but it certainly helped to hold the pace of the cue ball down. Definitely has full access to the 4. He's just deciding if he wants to use topspin soft, topspin firm, medium. It's kind of in that, yeah.
Might be a little tight, too.
No, I
That
think
9 might be pretty close to the shot line.
Boy, he's looking at it like it, but from here, I
don't
thought he
think-
had it for sure clear.
He might have to put a little right English on this cue ball here and play that 5 in the side. I think he might have to. Yeah, look like he's in the center of the white, but it's got his attention. The path to that 4.
Yeah.
See, now he's got a little left on it. Well, he was just playing safety there. He wasn't trying to make it.
Right. First he
Made up his mind
Yep.
not to tangle with going by too close to that 9. But he's got a pretty good chance here. He could hook him here with the 10 or even the 5. Oh, too full.
Well, now what?
Well, you naturally, after watching him play these first few games, you think this is a hanger for him, but just a pretty tough shot.
Yeah. And then you know you're going to collide into the balls.
And he's going down, so it's going to have a little more speed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Very shrewd.
Very good decision.
Man. He's not giving his opponent any air at all to kind of get momentum and rhythm. The only game that Chinahov has won is when he broke and ran out. Otherwise, it's been this. Every time he comes to the table, he's facing some awkward predicament.
And an awkward kick. All these kicks.
Yeah.
I mean, you almost have to go, I think, short side here, but he's looking like he may go 2 rails. So he can't go short side. Then there's no opening there between them 2, so he has to go this way.
Again, ball in hand. That's at least the 4th time he started with ball in hand, right?
I think it's been more than that.
Maybe.
At least 5. I think at least 5. I'm just trying to remember that first game, if he got ball in hand in that game, but I'm pretty sure every game except maybe the first has been ball in hand. Yeah, Josh has kept the handcuffs on this match big time. Big time. Guess just stun off the end rail and come back where he pointed to. Or the line. Yeah, that's good. You get no problem getting it off the rail here. Cue ball. Basically, most of his shots have been just make the ball. All he has to do. He's had such great angles.
Every time he's, I can't remember him. Well,
this is almost
once.
This match has been textbook. He's putting on a run-out clinic in 10 ball.
Right. Shot there. Cue ball just trickles away and not going anywhere. 6-1.
Filler back up by 5. Leads at 6-1.
When you convert ball in the hand consistently into wins, it's going to be tough for the opponent to win. Because you're not giving anything away. He has to earn every little crumb. You never make a little error where it's unforced error and he gets a game that maybe the other guy could have had.
Well, as good as his angles have been on going from ball to ball, what's even been more impressive to me, not only has he decision-making been so good, but he's backed it up with perfect execution. He's hitting him with difficult kicks. I mean...
Right.
Ain't nothing routine about these kicks, and that Ruslan's had. Didn't make a ball last time.
I was wrong about the stats because it's 9:51 now, so but still exceptional.
Now that was a pretty nice hit.
Oh, that's cruel.
Dry.
That's cruel. He hit him good. Yeah.
What a helpless feeling this is. I've felt this one a few times.
Yeah. Nothing you can do.
I get to go sit back down with a dry break, and my opponent's a foot from the one. The two, though, I like getting on top of this one. He's going to break it out.
Maybe.
He might have got a little too thin here. He caught it a little thin. I don't know if he can cut that in the side. If he can, I think he may have to bank this ball. Although he's come up with some incredible saves too. But yeah, he's going to do it again, and I think he's going to take him downtown here.
Well, nice shot.
Yeah, he's trying to squeeze all the juice out of the orange.
Yeah, that was really good. He banked the 2 ball, 3 rails, cross side, 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 down to the end rail, and drew the cue ball 8 feet. You don't see that safety played very often.
Well, it shows you how clear his decision-making is. He's not missing nothing.
No, he's really minimized the unforced errors in this match. A lot of times when I broadcast Filler's matches, he comes out a little erratic and just kind of goes a couple flyers early on. But then he settles into the match and starts playing more like this. I've never seen him put on just a textbook match, start to finish. Forced him into a double kiss, a scratch, another ball in hand. Open layout. it would be fun to take a look at the total balls pocketed now. Chinahov got 10 on that break and run out, but Filler has 6, and probably at the end of this wreck you'll have, I bet the score is probably about like, going to be at the end of this wreck, it'll be like 65 to 13 or something. It'd be a huge discrepancy.
I noticed there how he just didn't roll up. He bounced off that rail, and he felt like they easier to get this ideal angle, but he actually wanted to be a little straighter. To tell you the truth, he's stretching here, but no problem.
Doesn't take anything for granted, though. He goes and looks at the angle, the exact spot he wants, so there's no surprises.
Yeah, that's another feeling you want to, or thought that you want to avoid in pool, where you ended up in a spot that you didn't even know was possible before you shot.
Right. But what happens is, then even if you have a shot, you're sort of shocked by it. You weren't anticipating it, so then it plays tougher. Where if you go and look, even though you recognize you're going to have not quite what you'd like to have, but you look at it and you think, well, I'll settle for this because I can easily and can safely get there. Then it plays so much easier.
I think what you're trying to say, Mark, is I don't like surprises.
Not in pool, that's for sure.
At least on position.
Right. And you can see he goes and marks the table. He touches where he wants the cue ball to go, and he's been hitting those marks. Right on the button.
Yeah, just such a great angle. Everything's just well, if every match he plays like this, it's going to be hard for him to get beat, I can tell you that. Whoever's playing with him is going to have to let him know he's in the match with that break behind it, you know.
Man, really good.
He's almost made this 10-footer look like a bar box so far, huh?
Yeah. He's 7-1 in front with 0 break and runouts. And here we get a look at 68 to 12 as the ball's pocketed. That's the number you got to look at.
Yeah, you said 65 to 13. You weren't far off.
Yeah,
huh?
yeah.
He was right on the money.
Yeah, when you get that type of discrepancy there, it's going to be a big differential. But it's so hard. And somehow, how do they have him playing 944? It's like he's losing ground.
Well, it said
it was 951.
One of the stats on there was 4 errors.
That's all. When you make that many balls, that means that for every ball that you pocket, you add, well, here's how you get to that. You pocketed, what did I say, 68 balls. You add the 4 errors on there. It gives you 72. You divide 72 back into the total balls pocketed, 68, and that's how you arrive at that total performance average. So balls pocketed means something. Now he made a ball on the break and has a shot.
And the two's kind of hanging.
Beautiful. Good speed control. When you hit the pocket clean, your speed control is so much better.
Yeah.
And that helps him to get on these angles like this. Here's a guy that's capable of making any shot on the table, but he hasn't had to exhibit that part of it. We haven't seen flamboyant shot making in this match. We've seen great defensive play, and then when he gets ball in hand, he cashes it in. And he shook his head side to side like he was a little disappointed he got a little of the wrong angle here is all.
Yeah,
he'll be able to handle it.
He wanted to go forward another couple inches.
Right. He didn't want to have to show you any shot making at all in this match. He just wanted to be right on the numbers throughout. This is the closest he's come to being out of line. Does he just draw back and avoid the 6 and play the 6 in the same pocket? I guess that's what he's doing.
Either that or you had to bump it.
Oh, he did that with great control, so he bumped it perfect.
Yeah, he hit it dead center of the 6 with the white.
Now he's looking over there. So that means he's a little flat.
He may end up a little thin on this 8, unless he goes around the table. I don't think he will. Well, yeah, well, he looks like he's thinking about going 3 rails here to get the angle.
It's going to be too straight. Yeah, pretty straight. He's got a little angle. Not enough to get clear across, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's going to take a little more speed here.
There. Nice hit.
He pounded that one in,
finally,
didn't he?
Yeah, I feel better. I don't like to see him coast through there. Man, what a match this has been. First breaking right out of the set for Filler, and he leads 8-1.
8-1.
This is almost like a replay of the match I commentated last night with Alex and Vitaly. Vitaly maybe caught a little bit of a hard break. He's playing a bank match 5 hours.
Yeah.
And loses on the hill. And then comes over here and it just looked like he just couldn't get on track. But I bet if he would have won that match hill to hill, we would have seen a different player.
Oh, yeah, it's hard. The Derby's it's a hard place to try to. Every match is so tough, and then you're playing back to back to back. And here we are. Let's see, that was just day 2, really. So you know he was here Thursday practicing. Then long day Friday, all day Saturday. Play a 5-hour match, and I'm sure he played a couple other matches that day. Okay, Chinahov breaking. It's the 5 and the 8 ball right behind the head ball. That's the one they try to make in the side.
I think he needs to try to hit it just a fraction. Well, he got that hop. He's going to get the 1 this time. Where's the 2 going? Well, he's got a shot here.
I don't think he made a ball, though.
Oh, I thought he made the 1. He didn't.
So he's broke dry 2 or 3 times that I remember. And, you know, the last 2 games, all because of ball in hand. Filler earned ball in hand, got that game, then broke and ran out right behind it, like double punishment.
And he leaves him 2 feet from a 1.
You know, years ago, Ralph Souquet was here, and he told me there's this young kid that's going to be the best German player ever. But I doubted it. How could you possibly be better? And then now here we are. I have to say, Ralph was exactly right about this kid. Because there's Holman, you had Engert, you had Souquet, you know, I mean, and to just say, matter-of-factly, somebody I've never heard of is going to be the best German player ever, I doubt that. Just didn't believe him. I was wrong. Yet again, another good safety.
Not taking any prisoners, is he?
Mm-mm. No, there hasn't been any, kind of mindless, just try to force something that's not there type shot in this entire match. And then that takes a real toll on your opponent, too, when you have to earn every little chance. You never get a little break.
Well, after all the ball in hands he's gave up, I think I might take my extension here and try to hit this one. Oh, man, he's trying to pinch it.
Yeah, you have to bend it with draw.
Who knows where this is going to go.
Nice. Nice shot. Very good.
He actually got a little reward, but now all he does is cross the 3 and send him up 8 feet from the 3.
Yeah.
8 or 9. This is a pretty simple safety. Just cross the 3. Oh, no, he's leaving the cue ball there. Well, just maybe corner hook this time.
Wow.
I think
he is. I think he is deep enough.
He got him. Yeah.
Oh, my.
That fooled me. I thought he would cross it, but I didn't see the corner hook coming in. Oh, no, I guess he can see it.
Well, nobody has the speed control to put it in the pocket and say, I'm not going to scratch like that.
He hooks him here. That's outstanding shot.
Nice.
That was not so easy. He made it look easy because of the great hit and speed on that 3 ball. That was outstanding. He don't have to get away here.
Yeah, and the 3's so far from the rail.
Almost got to try to make the damn 3, I think, here. Yeah, he was trying.
All right. Ruslan has earned a good scoring opportunity here.
Yeah, Ruslan, he's got a chuckle. Filler, when they left the table, showed disgust with the
Yeah.
outcome here, like he's supposed to be behind the 7 automatic.
Good shot. There's not very many super tall players that play high-level pool, but Ruslan is one of them. 6'7".
And he plays real good straight pool, too.
Oh, yeah. He plays good at everything. Uh-oh. He kind of let up on that, Nick.
Quit on his stroke there. He didn't finish it.
He's looking at his tip as if it was a miscue, but he also slowed down.
Yeah, he decelerated. He decelerated there. Can he bank his cross corner?
And it looks like that's what he's thinking about.
Short. But at least he didn't hang it.
Yeah.
I'm used to trying to make this one.
Yeah.
The way he's been playing safe, I'd
It's.
be a little surprised if he tries to make the bank.
I think he's going to end up playing the bank. Nope, he's playing safe. But he's not going to like it. And maybe he did. Maybe he did get the 9 in there.
Yeah, he got it. He hit it awful thick.
Freddie been a vague on that exact bank right there. He'd look at me and go like this. Here comes the Dixie Whistler. And and he'd rifle that bank and go in there. And it was like a freight train going in there. You know? It comes through every day 5:15. Freddie was fun. Oh, very heady little play there. You don't see that safety played.
That was impressive.
Yeah,
very
it was.
Nicely
Very
done
good.
there.
Very good. Remarkable ability to see that shot. Got the 6 on the end rail, and then had the manufacturer. You couldn't have side spin on the cue ball. The dead ended up
Try
to
to
go
get
back.
him with the 10 or the 10 and 7. No, he's trying to go that 3 railer again, but I think
Ruslan earned the shot here.
that safety got him one there. He was trying to go catch him with that 9 again.
Beautiful.
That was nice to avoid split the wicket on that 7-10 there. He had to hit that with some left English there. After what he's faded, he's got to be thinking, wow, something I finally recognize.
Yeah.
He didn't decelerate on that one. He went right through it.
Okay, good job there. Nice few safeties between the 2 players. 8-2. Ruslan will be shooting. Or no, Filler will be breaking.
$690, $930. Well, it all begins with the break.
Yeah. Squares him up. Made 5 balls? No, 4
He hit
balls.
that a little harder than he has been hitting them, and I look for him here to put him behind that 3-9. Laid awful good for this safety. Just you couldn't ask for more natural. Oh no.
Yeah, he wasn't playing the bank, I don't think.
Yeah, now he's gonna
Oh,
really
my
find something
bad.
sweet.
Thought that was a 2 ball down there. Oh, cruel.
And now he gets to try
We
2
got
plus 1 rails.
we got the overhead, so here it is. It's going to look here, 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 here. In fact, I'm a little bit off. Let me do that.
Yeah,
a
he's
bit
got to
better.
hit
He's
way.
got to get up here.
He's got to be
get
way
that.
higher. That
Yeah.
thing really slides off that rail.
Yeah.
He still might be too low. Let's see how it follows that. See if it follows that. How it follows that.
We'll
that
see how
line
close I
groove.
got. Yeah.
See how it tracks. That may be pretty good. You're pretty darn close, I'll say that. At least I think you are. But boy, you can get fooled on this slide off this 3rd rail. Yeah, you need to hit it just a little higher.
Yeah.
Ball in hand again. Just slide over a little, cut it in, just make the ball easy. And you see what he's thinking about for position spots. Yeah, I like more angle. I like going on the left side like he did, not the right side of the 10.
In the past, fitness is important for pool if you're going to play these many days in a row and maintain high focus, because if the body gets tired, then you don't do the eye pattern as strong, and then you're not as clear thinking. You try to force things, try to hurry things up. Filler has exhibited none of that. He's been just right on point throughout the entirety of the match here. Clear thinking, good execution. He's pointing to the cloth where he wants the cue ball. It's just gone right on through.
Well, a big part of his great performance has been mentally he's really sharp. His decision making has been strong, and then he backs it up with great execution. That's just about the perfect combination.
It's hard to beat. Doesn't always have to go this way, but if you consistently play like he does, you're going to win way more than what you would ever anticipate any other pro winning at a rate.
Well, his safeties have been devastating. I mean, he's really had him in the soup where he's fighting to hit the ball big time on these kicks.
Good break. Oh, not a dry break. Golly. He had balls going every way, and just nothing will find the pocket for him.
Yeah, nothing even looked like it wanted to go in.
Cue ball went straight to where it's at. I mean, he just came straight back, and balls were going every direction, but nothing scored.
Couldn't hit it more square. A little jacked up here. He's not happy with that. But
Good hit there.
nice and solid.
He made that look simple. It wasn't.
Yeah.
He's not overhitting the ball, though. You see how smooth he stays through there? Hardly any power whatsoever, just letting the cue do the work.
Super smooth.
That's really about the first open miss we've seen from Filler.
I think that's a case where he didn't quite bear down on as hard as most of the shots. He was pretty quick on that one. Of course, the way he's been playing, he probably thinks he's never going to miss.
And he just made a really delicate, elevated spike
That
down.
jacked up shot.
Yeah, he didn't do it forcefully. He made a smooth one. Might have lost his focus for a moment there after expending so much energy on the previous one.
Yeah. Well, if he can get out this game, it'll be 9-3, and it's his break.
Just a little weird here. You're going to have to draw to the side rail, I guess.
Yeah, in and out here. He's going to draw in and out, I think.
And 3. Nice one right there.
Takes rack 12. You 9-3. Filler will have the break on.
If somebody wanted to buy cloth or some other billiard supplies from you, how would they get a hold of you?
They just call my office at. They can go to my website, nickvarner.com, and it's got all the contact information, the phone number, the email. So
Okay. So
rather than give them the number and them
Yeah.
they probably
Right.
don't have a pen in their hand, so just go to nickvarner.com.
for anybody out there listening that's going to buy some billiard supplies, patronize Nick Varner. You're patronizing a real pool player, and you're going to get just as good or better price than anyone else is going to give you. So it's nickvarner.com. I even buy my Simonis from Nick. And I need a 5x10 too, so I wish you would have given that to Jack like I told you to get my table done.
Yeah,
If he would have gone for it, you would have, right?
one thing I like about that 5x10, it's a little bit more expensive. So the ticket's a little higher, Mark.
Okay. 760. 760 is what I want.
But thank you for the plug.
Well, it's not that. It's deserved. Why would you not buy from a real pool player?
I think it's leaked out. I don't think he's happy with that one at all.
I don't know. Here on the overhead, well, we'll see.
Oh.
We'll see. The overhead is deceptive, but yeah, if this is. Well, the last game he did miss a ball. And, I was a little bit surprised, but boy, that's about it.
You might be right. Well, let's see where he aims. If he aims in the center of the ball, then he's wide open.
Must be wide open then. Beautiful shot at that speed. Look at that. Great hit.
Well, he hit that pretty thin. When it's come down there for a minute, I thought he might have overcut it, you know, but he hit it perfect. Needs a little work to get to that 5. He needs a good angle on this 3, and he may have to go for the center of the table. Well, you don't want to do that because, wow, going from that 5 to the 6 is a little bit awkward here. Or no, he's going to the 4. Okay. The 4 is next to the 5, so it's not near as difficult as I thought. First, I thought that 4 was 8. That would have really made it tough getting on the 6. But he's still got to play pretty good here. Do you bump this 5 here full? And
It's he got that little iffy. If you hit the thick side of the pocket, you can hold it there. If you hit the middle of the pocket, you might be tracking towards the 5. So then you got a plan to hit the 5. That's what he did, because if you don't do that, sometimes you filter up just on top of the 5. So
boy, how good did he hit that? He had to hit that with a lot of speed to
You could
stop
hear it.
that over, and
right.
he hit the ball just absolutely dead on, dead in the heart.
We're 30 feet above the table here, and you could hear it thump the pocket from here. So you know he had to use some power. Now he's underhit this by quite a bit.
Yeah, he's underhit it so far. Do you go ahead and try to spin this in, go 3 rails for 4 for the 8? Or do you duck?
Oh, man, you hate to duck after you're struggling to get a shot so bad, but, man, you also hate to force something here that's not here and then give away the match, too.
You know what happens there? That happens a lot where you come up and hit it just a little too high. You think that's a reason he came up short, or did he hit the cue ball too high, or did he just quit a little?
I think he just went too slow. Just underhit it. I don't know. He made such a good shot the shot before, then he just thought, I'll just smooth this back, and he didn't quite get enough. But you'd really rather overrun it than ever come up short.
Well, for sure on that shot, because you can't hardly go too far.
Right.
The margin of error was definitely too far. Is he going to play safe? 3 rails? No, he stuck it.
Look at that shot. Look at that stop shot from that range, that off angle with that degree of control, and look how soft he was able to hit it. Just outstanding. Hey, our man's listening in, Jack Zimmerman. All right, he's listening in.
He is?
Yeah, he said he hadn't forgot about me. Well, okay. He's the best in the business for getting your table recovered, Jack Zimmerman, Batesville, Indiana.
Yeah, he just covered my table, and I decided after 25 years to go with the green cloth instead of the blue for a change.
We'd plotted against you, Jack, in case you didn't know. I told Nick, just give Jack a 5x10 760 and tell him I'll pay him for it once he gets over there. Nick said, well, I'll do it, but I don't think he'll go for it, just to get on the waiting list sooner. That was funny. I had a good idea. What a devastating performance this has been. He's at what, 9 something? 913, is that what that says? Yeah, and counting.
Pool is fun when you can play this good.
Oh my goodness. And truly, I don't even think 913 does it justice. I think it was far more devastating than that, don't you?
I feel the pain for Ruslan in that match.
Yeah, you don't really feel pain, though, because he played so good. And really the story wasn't right off the bat. Filler played a really good safety and kind of set the tone. But then he supported it with good safeties. But the other half is, as soon as he got ball in hand, he captured every game. He didn't give games back. There wasn't unforced errors there. All right, we want to thank everybody for tuning in today. Please join us again for our next match. That is our time for this time. Until next time, so long.